Alrighty, Travis Wayne Goodsell. I just thought, you know what? Do I even have a chance to appeal? I mean, Judge Waddups ended my lawsuit against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, jeopardizing my life here at my residence by people who aren't even licensed this whole year. Is there any other recourse other than filing a complaint against the judge, which I know will just... And so, yes, I can appeal. The law specifically has one sentence for civil cases for appeals. All civil cases may be appealed. So when he says without prejudice, no, he can't say that. He can't rule that way. He has to allow for an appeal. I have 30 days. From the 10th, which was technically when he gave it. And so it's the 9th, because there were 31 days in August. And so that Wednesday by midnight, which the court clerks have made it very clear, you need to file before 4:30. Because otherwise it's going to be counted the next day. So, yes, I get to appeal. I've already got the documents, downloaded them in the Word form to submit them to the clerks of the court, and apparently it's a 3-judge thing, but again, they can't be Mormon, and that doesn't seem to be an issue. They still put Mormons in charge of cases against the LDS Church. So, we're back, baby. We're back. And if you missed it, I filed a lawsuit back on September 30th. Judge First, who had been fired, she was on Gaddy versus COP. But when they fired her, Gaddy versus COP recused her. Well, she's worthless. And everybody else recused her. But then Judge Waddup said, hey, we have a case against the church again. I'm putting Judge First on it. She's got nothing else to do. And so, yeah, on November 1st, she held a hearing with just me and said, I'm dismissing your case. And I dropped the bombshell. I caught the church paying the person who had me disappeared for 6 years of my life back in 2006. They're paying this person to this date. Paying that person. She said, okay, you can amend the complaint. I amended the complaint within the time frame. She went silent. The church, during this silence, decided to, oh, whoops, let's cover this up so that we don't get exposed as paying this person. Yeah, because that's what innocent people do. They cover things up so that they aren't guilty. And so I, hey, they need to be served. Come on, help me here. Let's get this going. They're trying to cover it up. Nothing. Silence. And so finally I found, waiver of summons. Followed the waiver of summons. I'm like, okay, this is concerning. I'm not supposed to notify the court. I can't trust these guys. These guys are trying to cover up crimes. And sure enough, after they got served, they contacted the landlord people. Friday the 13th, nonetheless, I get served with an eviction. I retaliate back. Well, not retaliate, but complain back. Hey, what are you doing? I've got video evidence of my innocence. I've got witnesses of my innocence. What are you doing? She then replied on Monday with a lease violation, not an eviction. And then, yeah, again, August 11th, they come down on me again. I hope. It wasn't July, right? Please tell me it wasn't. No, it was. Please tell me. If it was July 11th, I'm screwed. I'm pretty sure it was August. Let's see. Travis Wayne Goodsell v. Corporation. And then Pace Monitor. Yeah, August 10th. Judgment. It is ordered and adjudged. August 10th. So yeah, I have till September 9th. Man, okay. Close call. And so, yeah, I find out at midnight, after midnight, on the 11th, I went, oh crap, he just stabbed me in the back. Just like Willard Richards shot Joseph Smith in the back in Carthage jail. And so I thought I was doomed. I thought literally they were going to be sending the police to handcuff me and lock me up for the rest of my life again, because that's what they were saying in the eviction. It was served by Utah County, not West Valley City. So it was clear they were threatening me, intimidating as it's called. And despite already notifying them that, hey, there's a lawsuit going on, you guys are included in this. Nope. Right near the time of judgment, the church again, get them, get him out of there. We need to destroy him. And I was able to delay it, found out that they don't even have their licenses updated and renewed, and they backed off. Although they're going back to sending people to the offices and the maintenance guys back. But again, they're not evicting me. They can't. They have no claim. They're not licensed. And so the thing with the church, though, is that with that first eviction on the Friday the 13th, I notified the judges, both First and Waddups. I wanted to make sure both knew what was going on because of First not doing her job, and notified them I had just served the waiver of summons. So they even knew, Waddups knew. He knew the deadline. I went over that in my readings with you on the case. And so I reminded him of that when it was his turn to make a final judgment. I said, you had been given the email, gave the date of the email. He knew. There was no excuse for why the church would be in default, but they were. Of all errors to make, such as not licensing your business to practice, for the law, it's not filing on time by the deadline. And the church did it. But that's exactly what everybody did to me after I pointed it out and was trying to say, hey, default, judge, throw the flag, default. And Oberg stepped in. First did nothing. She ended her term, nothing. No report, nothing. And then Oberg took over. I put in my email to her saying, hey, I've already sent this. It has not been put on the docket, but I want you to know, just in case the file does not get forwarded to you from First. She then said, you're in default, Travis. I'm in default? I threw a fit that day when she gave that, but she then gave me lenience and allowed me 14 days to file a response. Again, because she denied my response, as well as being in default. And so I followed her orders, and she refused to accept the default status of the defense. Do you see what they did? They purposely set this all up so that the church can get away with their crimes. Because I got them. I had them by the balls with them paying the person and then these people are associated with the person paid. I had a winning case, and it didn't even need to go to that far because the lawyers filed in default. Nonetheless, it goes to Waddups as she says, I think the church should get away with this, and Travis should be dismissed. And so Judge Waddups, I remind him about Mormonism and Mormon scriptures and Helaman chapter 6 and the symbols on the temple and the Seagull Gate. And yeah, dismissed. Refusing to accept the default, which he knew the deadline for. He was emailed. And so now I have found out in the final inning with 2 out. Oh, that reminds me of a baseball game where I saved the game with my first time ever pitching. It'll bring me to tears if I bring that up again. But yeah, this is the Cinderella story. This is the game-winning play, the Hail Mary pass, you name it. That's what it is. And so yes, it's still on. I was trying to figure out, because Pharaoh says, fine, leave. But Pharaoh said no. Still, with the coronavirus, he still said no. And he's not supposed to do that. He's supposed to follow prophecy and say, leave. Just take the church and leave. And apparently money, according to the Torah, because they get money from the Egyptians and they wander off, and then they melt it down into a golden calf because they missed the Apis bowl. All right. I thought I clicked that this morning, and it's not acting as if it did. All right, so the other video's ready. So that's your update. We're going to get them. And it's just a simple thing. The church filed in default. Judge Waddups was aware of the default deadline. He was notified again that they were in default. Judge First refused to respond. Judge Oberg was put in, knew nothing. Judge Waddups knew it all because he was signing the people and went contrary to the law. Simple, open and shut. Church loses, I win. Give me the keys.